Stampin' Spot. We're going to do another quick thank you card. I got a lot of positive responses for this card that I posted yesterday on my Instagram, and so I figured I'd show you how simple it is to put together. It really is truly that simple. So we're using Old Olive as our card base, and this is our 8.5 by 11, and all we're going to do is make 2 card bases, and we're going to take it and cut it at 5.5. And what that's going to do is give us 2 different card bases. I'll just show you how to make the one. And then we turn it over and we line it up at 4.25. Let me make sure you guys can see that. 4.25. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Up scoring tool. This Stampin' Up trimmer is fabulous because you can see all the way up to 6.25. The arm extends out right here. And we have the scoring tool and the cutting tool. So make sure you're using your scoring tool, which is a light gray. And we're going to score this at 4.25. So it gives you a standard card. Now, while we have this out, I'm going to do my very first layer. So this is basic black. We're going to cut this at 5.25 because we're going to do a 1/4 inch shorter than the card base. And then we're going to turn it around, and we cut the previous one at 4.25, so we're going to cut this at 4. And those are standard measurements you want to try to kind of get used to doing, and I'll show you exactly why we do that. So it forms a beautiful 1/4 inch border all the way around. You can do 1/8 of an inch if you like, but I do like that the green shows. The next layer on top, and this is what we're showcasing today, is this piece of paper that comes from the Merry Little Christmas pack, Designer Series paper pack. They're 12 by 12 sheets. There are, you can use them as Christmassy kind of paper, but it also is so neutral that you can use it with just everyday stuff. Like this wouldn't be necessarily a Christmas one for me, but there are snowflakes on the other side. So it's a great versatile stack. So we're going to now take this one and we're going to cut it at 5 because the previous one was at 5.25, and we're going to turn it around and we're going to cut this at 3.75 because the previous one was at 4. So what that's going to do is create this layer. So 1, 2, 3 layers, 1, 2, and our card base. Okay, really, I just want this paper to be the focal point. Okay. And so we have that. We need one more thing we have to cut, and that is a strip of basic black. I'm just looking to see if I happen to have one. So this is, I want it to be cut at 5.5 by 1/2 inch. So I'm going to cut 1/2 inch first. Let me think how I should do this best. Yeah, so I'm going to cut 1/2 inch first because I don't want to cut the whole stack. And I'm going to turn this and I'm going to take it to 5.5, and I'm just going to cut a smidge off. This is going to take the place of like a ribbon or something just to break up. This is going to go like this. So we cut it at 5.5 because we're going to have it go. Actually 5.25, I lied, because we needed to get cut to this length of the black. My mistake, no problem. Always make sure to check before you cut it. You can always cut it if it's too long, but if it's too short. So that's basically our card right there. So the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to use the Big Shot, and we're going to use our basic black to stamp on a label, and we're going to punch that label out with our dies. So we're going to use, this is a thank you card that I did for gifts for my birthday, so I love this font. This is from the Daisy Delight stamp set, extremely versatile stamp set. It has a great punch that coordinates with it that I have used in other videos. So I'm just going to take my stamp. This is just a scrap piece of Whisper White. Now, because I know I'm going to run it through the die cut machine, I'm just going to make sure to allow enough room. So using archival ink, basic black, I'm just going to press down, lift straight up, and it's that simple. Close that up. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to use our largest of the stitched shape framelits. And we're going to cut that out. like that. And then, let me put that over here. We're going to use our layering ovals. If there are any things that I could recommend for somebody who wants to kind of slowly build up their collection of dies, is to get the shapes, the layering ovals, the squares. I think we still have the hearts, the circles, and to also get this stitched shape framelit. Say that 3 times fast. Because they this one actually comes squares, circles, and ovals in one set, but the layering ones, one is for ovals, one is for circles, one is for squares. But look how many that you get, and straight and scalloped, which is great because you don't have to buy separate ones, and you'll get the most use out of these die cuts than I believe probably any other one. So what was I saying? So we got the stitch shape for that one, and I need to find, I think I have it on this side, the coordinating scallop that is bigger than the stitched. So I think it's the largest one. As you can see, it'll be right over that. So what we're going to do is put that on here. And I'm just going to cut this paper a little because, frankly, we don't need all of it. Just pull this up here. And I'm just allowing enough space that I can cut my paper. Okay, save your scraps. You can always use them. You can't say that enough. So here we go. So that's going to go like that. Let me bring over the big shot, and you guys are going to see how fast this really pretty card comes together. And it can be used for Thanksgiving. Actually, it can be used for Thanksgiving. It can be used for Thanksgiving because it's really neutral. And it can also be used for a birthday or a sympathy card, or it can be used for a birthday card. You know, tons. Just change the sentiment. But the concept is the same. And if you have really pretty paper like this DSP paper, why not show it off, right? So I'm putting both into my Stampin' Up! Big Shot, or my Sizzix Big Shot. I have the magnetic platform, I have the one clear plate, the paper, the die, and another clear plate on top. I'm just going to crank it through. And I had to make a bunch of these yesterday, so I was actually putting the papers in 2 at a time, and they were working out fine. It cut through it like no problem. So we have the scalloped, and then we have, I love these. We have the stitched. Isn't that so cute? I love that. And this is going to layer on top like this, but we are going to stamp one more thing here at the bottom. And I wanted to cut it out before I stamped it. I guess you could have done it before, but I don't know. The thought came to me afterwards, so I did it afterwards. So we're going to show you afterwards. Move this out of the way. Okie dokie dokie. So here we go. So we have this, and we're gonna also pull out, I really wanted to bring in the Old Olive in color as far as ink is concerned. And this pattern reminded me of something, and I thought, I found my Jar of Love stamp set, which is a fabulous one, and it has this leaf, or I don't know, stem with leaves on it, and it was just the perfect coordinating piece to just kind of fill out the sentiment piece. And I'll just take this off. And I wanted to use Old Olive because we're using Old Olive, and the DSP is Old Olive, and I didn't have Old Olive. I mean, I don't have all of the colors yet, but I do have from my Paper Pumpkin an Old Olive Stampin' Spot, which, if you don't know what Paper Pumpkin is, it's a monthly subscription that you can get, and it comes with everything you need to do the kit for that month. It is $19.95, and it includes the shipping and the tax. So it's a great thing to have as far as 30 minutes of crafting fun that you can take with you on the go. And it's also great to gift to other friends or family who love stamping or paper crafting. Great to give as gifts. You could give them in a 3, 6, or 12-month subscription. Prepaid, or hey, the holidays are coming around the corner, you just don't know, you give them a nice little subscription gift card, and they can start it when they want to. Great thing to do. So I'm using my Stampin' Spot, and I'm just going to ink up my stem and my leaves. And I'm going to stamp off, which is why I have my paper. And I want this to kind of come under the bottom of the thank you. And make sure I get it there. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. And all we got to do now is put it all together. So let me grab my snail. I'm going to put a little adhesive. And I just love the way the scallops make this card. Anytime you use, I think, the scallops, it just like takes it up a level. And look at me now. I put it on crooked. Let's try it again. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over and put a couple dimensionals to have them ready. So these are our regular dimensionals. You get for like $4, I think you get like 300, and we now have the minis, which are half the size of these. So you get twice as much. So this is how we're layering this. We're going to put adhesive on that top layer, and remember everything is 1/4 of an inch. So just make sure to allow an appropriate border. Just eyeball it. It is handmade otherwise. We're going to take the black strip that we cut, and again, you could use ribbon if you have a black ribbon. I think Stampin' Up! Carries a satiny one, if I'm not mistaken, and there's that new one that came out in the holiday catalog with the crocheting. Let's see if I have that. Here it goes. See, here's one. This would have been nice to use as black, but I just thought it was going to be a little too busy and thin. I wanted something a little bolder. No problem. Use what you have. And if you're out of stuff, you can go ahead to my shopping page at fotinichicutis.stampinup.net, and there you'll be able to order any refills or supplies that you need. And right now we have today actually the pre-order or reservation for the new Stamparatus. Woo! I can't wait to get this. It is a stamping positioning tool that allows you to stamp multiple cards the same exact way every single time because of the way the doors of the apparatus allow the stamp to sit on the door, and so you just swing the arm over and it stamps it exactly at the same time, same place every time. So spectacular. I can't wait to get it. There is a pre-order today starting at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, and it is only 11:30 Eastern Standard Time here until, and I haven't even posted this video yet, so by the time I get that up, it'll be just in time. So we take off the dimensionals, we just center the card, and voila, peoples. You have a very simple yet really elegant looking thank you card. So I hope you guys like this one. If you did, please click like and subscribe to my channel so you can see the next post that comes on. And any of the supplies that I've used today are in the description bar below. I'll have that, and it'll take you right to that Stampin' Up! Shopping page of mine, and you can go ahead and order any of those items, as well as you can even go ahead and pre-order your Stamparatus, which will be opening up today, 2 o'clock Mountain Time, and it's the 16th of November. All right, everybody, see you on the next video. Have a great day.